What is happening, folks? Welcome back to The Quick. This is Sebastian Quick here, and I've decided that I've put the inevitable off long enough. If you watched any of the other videos on my channel, you've probably heard me reference Valheim as one of my all-time favorites, especially in the survival genre. And I've been watching the news for the next update, next big update, which is going to be 1.0, and the now I'm gonna mess up the name. True North. Is it True North? I'll have to check that out later. But anyway, and referencing that for a while now. So I've decided that we've still got a while before the next update comes out, the next big update. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a little messing around in Valheim. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, I've already created a new character here. I have some other characters, a few other ones that I've been keeping around in various stages of progression. But for this one, we're going to do a completely new character. And we are going to create a new world as well. So, hit new, we'll give it a name, and we will call it, let's call it Endor. Seems to be a running theme on this channel, as my new worlds always end up being called Endor. So, we'll do that. It happens to be the exact correct number of minimum characters. So that's cool. You'll notice one thing on my other worlds here, and that is we have custom modifiers, and I'm going to do that here as well. The one modifier that I always tend to make is this one right here. The whole you can't bring ores through portals always seemed a little random to me, and I can see here that I think there's a warning here. It allows you to bring this will circumvent the progression exploration of the world as it is intended. I certainly can't fault the developers for setting rules around their game, but yeah, this one always seemed. I just don't. It did not add to my enjoyment of the game. We'll just put it that way. So I was very grateful when they put the ability to change this in, and all my playthroughs have had this since. So we're going to do that again and start it up. All right, we will go through the opening cinematic here, and I'll use this time to just go ahead and kind of reiterate what it is about Valheim that kind of makes it one of my all-time favorites. And I think it's just a combination of really good, consistent progression. You always have something to work towards, and it never seems really that far out of reach. There are inevitably parts where it slows down a little bit. When you first get access to your first tools, your mining pick that allows you to mine copper and tin. I mean, that takes a while. let's not beat around the bush there. It takes getting all of the copper and tin that you want it takes a while to do, but that little tweak I made to the portals certainly helps. So the progression combination, the combat is just, it's simple, obviously, but it's smooth, it's responsive. So in that respect, it's a little bit like something like Minecraft, although obviously significantly more fleshed out than in Minecraft. But their focus on keeping it simple, I think it has paid off. And lastly, I can't stress this enough, but having games based on random seeds just have innate replayability that you just can't get with with games that have fixed maps. One big comparison, one comparison that I always tend to make is, Valheim versus Enshrouded. Enshrouded has some great systems. It has, actually noticeably better combat than Valheim. It has a more flexible building system. The graphics, aspects of the graphics are better, but in terms of replayability, I just always keep going back to Valheim. That random seed. Every time you create a new world, I'm going in here this world right now. I have no idea what to expect. Starting in a new place, there's always that period of orientation where you try to figure out, where am I going? So we will go ahead and start it up. All right. I forget. There's probably a way to turn off the help here at the beginning of a new game, but that's fine. It's fine if we have it. All right. Let's take a look around. Shoo, Pidgey. All right. Let's see. There we go. Always some berries kicking around here somewhere. Just guy won't leave us alone. All right, we'll grab a few sticks and stones. There's usually some mushrooms around here as well. Yep, there we go. Dude. Oh, speaking of. Oh, I just punched a crow. Come on, man. Okay, let's... Oh, I see. Promising development here. This guy just doesn't even want any part of us. I don't really remember them being quite so, there we go. Yeah, okay. I don't remember being quite so, we'll say cowardly. One thing I really like about Valheim is you can hold down the E key or the collect key, and whenever you mouse over something, it automatically collects it or automatically triggers it, which I find infinitely better than having to just repeatedly click the E key to collect stuff. Alright, we'll grab a few more berries over here, and then I think we're going to change direction a little bit. I see another thing I like about Valheim is starting a new world is looking down and looking at the mini-map up there and seeing that we have a path down to the coast, and that's the way we're going to move. The last time I started a new world, I spawned like right on the coast, and the standing stones here were right on the coast, which is kind of cool. It's always nice to not have to go very far from your first base to... Yeah, I'm not going to catch him. To the coast. We want to get to the coast quickly so we can pick up some flint, as that gives us access to actually some decent tools. I think I saw some... Yeah, here we go. More mushrooms. Okay. Okay. Alright, we'll see what we've got for a beach down here. Punch a few trees. We're going to need some more wood. Alright, I think that's going to be the last one we punch. We can pick up some sticks here. Don't need to gather much. You just basically need enough to make a stone axe. So we can move along that way. Alright, what do we got here? Let's see. Scouting places for my first base. Let's see. Oh, flint. Yes, please. Okay. Part of me always wants to build on these little rocks out here, but inevitably that causes problems with... It never seems to go the way I want in terms of how I build out my little campfire. So I think we're going to not do that this time. And maybe build it... actually, no, I don't want to go too far from the standing stones. Let's go this way. Bum, bum. The other thing I want to do is make sure that I get off the... I want to get above the level of the water, so that... I've definitely had a couple of times where I build my base too close to the level of the water, and then a storm rolls in and basically floods my base. So let's avoid that. I don't... Yeah, that's a little far. Alright, maybe right in here. Maybe... I don't want to go too far away. Alright, let's get this tree. Alright, get that. Alright, I think that's it. Alright, let us... Alright, we need a stone axe. Grab that. And we're gonna need a hammer. Alright, let's start moving some stuff around here. I'll put my food up here. That stuff's fine. Alright. Usually put that there. Usually don't have too much of a use for a torch. Alright, let's see what this guy wants. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Dude. Alright, yeah. Alright. Workbench. Thanks. Alright, so if I build a workbench, crafting... Oh, I need more wood, but I now have a trusty axe. Alright, let's take this out while we're right here. Let's also have a bite to eat. Boost our stamina. Mostly concerned about stamina right now. I wouldn't mind if they added a few more challenging mods, we'll say, to the meadows. Right now, Meadows is a little too easy, I think. I mean, really, you have boars, which are pretty easy, and greylings. And, I mean, they're both really easy. Every once in a while, you'll get a Grey Dwarf, random Grey Dwarf. Ooh. Fine wood. But yeah, every once in a while you get a Grey Dwarf, especially at night, but that's pretty rare. Oh, necks. Sorry, I forgot about necks. Yeah, those guys are trouble. All right. Got some wood. So, for anybody who's watching this who hasn't played Valheim, you can see I'll take a swing right here. Yeah, too hard. It came down because it was struck by... it came down because it was struck by that beech tree, but I don't actually have an axe that will damage that right now, so... we are stuck with leaving that on the ground. Let's see. Okay, We can make our workbench now. Let's put it over here. Like so. Okay. Yes, we can build some more interesting things now. It's probably going to be in the way. Let's take these out. Okay. Oh, this is one thing I do not care for in Valheim, is the requirement for a roof to use your workbench. Don't really understand that, but relatively easily remedied. So we'll just put a little structure around here. There we go, and I'm sure there is an easier way to do this, more efficient, but that will do it. Okay. Let's see. Flint axe. I need... How many flint do I have? I have 4 flint. I need 2 more. So let's just cruise along here, looking for stone. We're going to need stone as well, so I might as well pick these up. Little skimpy on the flint around here. Oh, there's one. Okay. Alright, those resin will come in handy and not too long. I'm finding some pretty good stone. I don't mind that. We need stone to make a campfire. I think that's actually all we really need it for in the short term. Okay, I think... Oh, yeah, I've got enough flint now. Anything interesting down here? Not particularly. Oh, maybe we'll wander back along this little river, this little stream. Oh! Oh, how dare you, sir. Oh, necktail. Oh, I got a trophy. Ooh. Necktail. Necktail for dinner tonight, kids. Alright. Yeah. We will need quite a bit of flint. One of the... Ooh, boar. One of the upgrades... 3 boar. I do want to be a little careful here. Not too hog wild. I was just saying something very important, and I've completely lost my train of thought. So, we will come back to that. Oh, flint. Yeah, one of the workbench upgrades requires a good deal of flint, so we will collect it whenever we find it. But for now, that should be enough. Alright, there is our... Oh, more boar. Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Boar and deer. What's the chance I can... No. No chance. Oh, that was unwise. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you gotta watch out when you are low level like this and don't have a lot of stamina. You can quickly run out of stamina while sprinting, and we're also not rested, so we don't get the quick stamina recovery. Alright, let us... Ah, we got some more items here. Crude bow, that's... Oh, how many... Oh, we're halfway there. Not too shabby. Alright, flint axe, a bit of an upgrade. Let's see how much... Yeah, it's a decent upgrade, 33% upgrade. Alright, let's do one of those. And anything else for the moment? I'm not a big shield guy. Alright, I think that's good for now. Okay, actually, do I have a hoe? Yeah, I do have, can't make a hoe. Let's do a hoe while we're here. One thing I do appreciate in Valheim as opposed to Minecraft is that, well, I suppose this is true in Meadowlands, is that nighttime isn't nearly as scary as it is in a game like Minecraft, where all the bad guys come out at night, regardless of what biome you're in. In Valheim, it's, yeah. I mean, like I said earlier, you may get the occasional Grey Dwarf, but that's about it. Alright, it is getting a little late. I'm not too concerned about nighttime. I think what I will do though is, yeah, see, this is in the way now, isn't it? Because I kind of want to build my base like right where this is. All right, let's break this down. Order of operations. Order of operations. Boom. All right. Collect all our wood. Okay, so now let's take down a couple more of these. That tree is really annoying me, so I'm going to take this tree down. I think I said earlier that the graphics in games like Enshrouded are better, or I said in certain ways they're better. I think that's true. I would say that the graphics in Enshrouded have, let's say, a higher fidelity. You know, maybe higher resolution textures, but there is something about the lighting in Valheim that just really kind of pushes it up. I mean, makes it, in terms of the overall graphical experience in Valheim. I mean, that's pretty cool right there. That's some, you know, really nice effects, and some of the fog effects. They just really do a nice job. It kind of makes up for, you know, the rest of, you know, say for instance those tree textures, which they do the job, but I mean they're not great. I think it's pretty clear. All right, this is actually good. We got some wave action coming in here. This is going to give me a better idea of what we're going to be looking at in terms of, we'll say, you know, high tides. So, all right, let's clear this out. I think this is going to be, this, take another look after we get this tree down. Oh, axe broke. Alright, I think I want to put, I feel like I keep moving where I want to put my base, but I think I want to do it right here. Kind of looking over here. I'm going to be looking to the south. That's fine. Alright, let's do that, and we'll get started with a really simple... Oh, I need to do my... Dude, back in. Oh, you're going to warn me about nighttime? Oh. Ah. Oh, I can't switch to my... I can't switch to my axe. Oh, you know what? I just realized I don't even really care about my stone axe anymore. Okay, what do you have for me, bud? Oh yeah, the temperature. Alright, thanks. Another thing I like about Valheim is I think it does a good job of balancing the darkness. It's a darkness is a trick, or nighttime. We'll say nighttime slash darkness is a tricky thing for a lot of games, and it's really easy to make it. It's hard to find a balance between making nighttime feel like, we'll say nighttime, darkness, and making it, a little, we'll say, scary is not the right word, but mysterious, and but still allowing the player to actually see and operate. So I feel like Valheim has struck a decent balance. I mean, I guess they could make it a little darker, but maybe it does get a little darker when the moon goes behind the clouds. All right, we need our workbench back. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna actually stick it way down here. So, well, we'll stick it over here. That should give us what we need, because I'm gonna making my base over there. So this is a little more out of the way than it was before. All right. It's not gonna work, is it? We'll move it if we have to. Come on, there you go. Okay. All right. Yeah. Too exposed. Okay. And all right, that should be fine. Nope, it's not fine. This is why I'm really not a big fan of this whole. It's just so fiddly. And having it be nighttime isn't helping. Nope, still not working. Okay, let us do some light so we can place this better. Okay. For some reason, it's going to complain again. That's so annoying. We will start again. And this time, we will go down here. And we're just going to do it on the rock. I have no idea if that's going to be better or worse. It's going to be worse. Isn't it? Oh, you know what I should do? Let's do... It may... Oh, come on. Let's do this. Let's clear out some... This, it might have been because we were on uneven ground. This should make it a little bit better. Everyone watching this is going, dude, why didn't you do that in the first place? Well, you know what? I shouldn't have to. Alright, I have a good feeling about this. I have a good feeling about this. Snap, snap, do it. Okay. Snap. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, let us repair our stuff. Okay. Alright, we have that. And we are now going to just put down a real simple base type thing here. Alright, let's put this right here and start doing some floor. Alright. Another really helpful update was the one they did a while back where they allowed you to change the snap point. I mean, that was just huge. What just happened? Blocked. Okay. I think I didn't really want to put that there. That's alright. What is going on? Okay. So, I usually do a 3x4. So that's 3 by... Alright, it's going to want me to put down some more... yeah, this is taller than... snap top. That. Alright, we'll do one more row of floor here. I dropped off more than I thought I was going to there, but I think that's okay. Alright, I'm going to do some stairs here. Okay, that works. Alright, I am going to switch back to my... and I want... invalid placement. Oh, what did I do? That was brilliant. Somehow I put a floor piece down here. No wonder it was invalid placement. Okay. Level the ground here a little bit. Actually, probably going to raise that up here in a second. What do I have for stone left? Oh, I have plenty of stone. Alright, let's raise that up, because we're going to want to do... let's do it over here. How does that look? Can we level that now? That did not help. Alright, let's raise it again. Alright, I think... Yeah. Whoa! Okay, that's a little more than I wanted. I'm trying to make a place to put my little fire pit. Alright, I think we can level that off, though, now. There we go. That's what we want. That's not what we want. Why did you do that? Okay, I think that's going to be... I think that's going to be good enough. Yeah, that's good. That's cool. Alright, so let us... Oh, switch to our hammer. And... miscellaneous. Okay, we need... Oh, we used all that stone, raising the level. Now we need 2 more stone? Yeah, 2 more stone. Alright, we should be able to... Oh, see? Foggy morning. The sun coming up through the fog. Looks pretty good. Not too bad. Alright, let's see if we can... yeah, let's see if we can find a couple more stone. How are we doing on wood? Getting pretty low on wood, too. Alright, we've also run out of food, so let's do another... Take another few bites of food here. Should be able to find... There's some flint. How are we doing on flint? Only 3. Alright, we're definitely going to need some more of each. Boom, boom. Oh, a couple more flint. Wouldn't have minded if those were stone, as it's kind of what we need more of right now. It would be nice to have access to a pickaxe earlier on, at least one that could break up these stones. I understand why they... I can understand them wanting to gate off access to ores until you get later in the game. I mean, ores aren't available in the meadows anyway. You have to get to the Black Forest for your first ores, so I think it makes sense. But yeah, a stone pickaxe, I mean, does that even make sense? Probably not. But just some way to more easily get stone early on would be appreciated. Ooh, plenty of flint around, that's for sure. Have I gotten... I got 1 stone. Alright, come on, man. I need 1 more stone. I've often wondered why it is also that there are no 1 or 2 star graylings. Pretty much, right? Geez, I don't remember there ever being... I'm going to take this beach down as I need more wood. I don't remember there being 1 or 2 star graylings. Or 1 or 2 star necks, deer, boar, and pretty much everything else you would care to get in the meadows. I don't think there are 1 or 2 star... Oh, no. I don't think there are 1 or 2 star graylings. Am I crazy? Well, I'm not sure my craziness depends on the answer to that question, but all the same, let me know if I am crazy about this. Okay, thank you. Oh, more mushrooms. I will take those. I'm back here. Okay. This will give me a nice uptick in wood. Oh, and a boar over there too. Here, piggy, piggy, piggy. Where'd you go? Alright. Is that up to 5? We need 3 more? I think 3 more to make our first bow. I've seen a number of videos where people are extolling the virtues of the spear earlier on, even over the bow. I am not crazy about the spear. I understand how it's significantly easier to get the spear early on. You don't have to collect all those leather scraps. But, and the crude bow definitely has some aiming issues. You really have to compensate for the fact that it is, in fact, a crude bow. But the one-shot nature of throwing a spear I find annoying. And, I mean, a spear, while it shoots straight, definitely has its own aiming issues in terms of fall-off and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I've never been a big spear guy. Still need that last stone. I tried the trick of lowering the ground clutter in the graphic settings. You can lower the ground clutter, and I think that setting was put in primarily for performance reasons. But the side effect is that... Oh, there we go! The side effect is that it makes things on the ground much easier to see, which I've messed around with that, and it certainly does make things easier, but I think the game just doesn't look as good, so I tend to stay away from that setting. Alright, let's cook up some food. Let's see, let's make a fire. Okay, where do I want to put this? Kinda want to put it right here near the center. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'm going to put it right in between these two, and I'll make myself a nice big fire pit. Maybe I'll do it like that, and yeah, I can't do another one. That's fine. We'll do another one when we collect some more stone. Okay, now we want not a raft. Alright, now we want some cooking spits. So we'll put one here, and then one here, and one here. And see if we can access all of these. So we've got 1 neck meat and 6 boar meat. So if you cook up all these boar. Alright. That's looking good. Let's repair while we're here. And, oh, that was fun. Okay. Cool. How are we doing on... Oh, we're doing pretty good on wood. I might put up some walls here in a second. And collect my boar meat. Alright. We are now in good shape in terms of food. Put that up there. I'm gonna hold on to my raw neck tail for now. Sorry kids, no neck tail tonight. Alright, let us put up some walls here. Actually gonna do this. And one of those. hold off on that for the moment. Also wouldn't mind seeing, in Valheim, I wouldn't mind seeing walls with windows. I think that would be a nice addition. Not sure why they haven't done that. Alright, what I usually do is, just for a little variety here, I usually go with these on the ends, just to add a little more natural light. Also, when the game first came out, there could sometimes be some issues with putting, there we go, like that. And we can do a door here. So there was sometimes some issues where you'd open a door, and if you didn't have this, like, if you had just a straight wall up here, you'd sometimes like bump your head and you couldn't make it through. I think they resolved that pretty quickly, but yeah, that's kind of why I got in the habit of doing this pretty early on. Now, I'm going to try to avoid my natural inclination to overbuild. And keeping in mind this is my first base, and I will not be here all that long. But it's always a bit of a struggle for me. Alright. And we'll do one of these doohickeys. Like so. That. And oh, that's a nice look right there, hanging. Leave them hanging. All right, let's do one of these just so it doesn't look terrible. You're going to be a problem, aren't you? Nope. Okay. Let's do some more walls here and here and one of these. All right, that boxed in. How are we doing on wood? Oh, still doing pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna put this right here so it's easier to... Alright, so we'll do that. Oop. And don't know why I did that. One of those. And... Is that what I want to do? Is that going to start... Is that going to smoke me out? It's going to smoke me out, isn't it? Alright, we'll see. Alright, let's put... This is probably the area where the setting your snap point came in the easiest, is putting these little caps on the roof here. That helps so much. Yeah, it's getting smoky in here. Looks good, but doesn't smell good. Alright, I think what I want to do is... If we do that and... that should keep the smoke out, right? Right. Take a second to clear out. let us, you know, yeah, it's looking better. Eh. How does that look? Does that look okay? Nah. Not crazy about it, but I think it'll do for now. Looks kind of weird, doesn't it? This is a... I don't usually do this design. I usually do something a little more simple. But this does look a little better from the outside. I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. That's kind of cool. I think I should probably move that, scoot that over at some point, but I think we're going to leave it like that for now. And are we happy with our structure here? I think we're fine for now. Alright, let's move this up into our base. I don't need that either. Alright. And crafting. Alright, let's put our bench over here, tuck it in the corner. Real nice. I think that's fine. Confirm we can use it. We can. Alright, how are we doing on wood now? Oh, still doing good. Taking down those extra trees, I think, helped. I'm starting to like this more. Why not? Alright, let's build out... Oh, you know what? While we're here, and we have the necessary flint, let's put down... I usually put this out here, actually, now that I think about it. Before I do that, I want to just level this out a little bit, just so it looks a little better. Man, that is a ways off the ground, isn't it? That looks kind of weird. We gotta at least put a post there, like so. Yeah, it looks a little better. Alright, let's put this down. We have upgraded, hello, we have upgraded our workbench. Alright, let's finish this up a little better so it doesn't look weird. Like so. Okay. Nice. Alright, now let's put down bed. Where should we put the bed? Maybe over here near the fire. Keep us toasty. Let's put it down here. There. And we're getting a little visit from our friend here. Alright, I'm going to put this torch here for now. I'll probably end up moving it. Alright, thank you, sir. Alright, claim my bed, my spawn point. Alright, we are looking pretty good. Why don't we call it good for this video? We've got a good start. We are nearing the end of our first night. And yeah, we come back tomorrow and play around a bit more, do some more exploring, build out our base a little bit more, upgrade. We're gonna need a couple more boar to get a bow, and then we can really start hunting deer. So, alright. Well, thanks all for tagging along on this playthrough of Valheim, and I will check you out next time.